What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Backliners podcast. It's Iro and Barracuda as per usual. And this week we are brought to you by Prize Picks. Barra, it's time we get more into your zone here, into your Q zone, if we will. And we're doing an assault tier list is our game plan.
Yep.
Now, I'm also realizing, I've pulled up a little tier list maker over here.
Good.
It is missing Newt, but, we'll
That's
get there when we
good.
come to it.
Because I don't really have an opinion on Newt, because I've only seen her, twice, I think, in Assault games. I've never played her in Assault, so, I mean, she's a question mark anyways.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have significantly less opinion than you for once.
I don't think so.
You don't? You don't think I'm going to be able to reel it in?
I really think it's impossible for you to not have an opinion about something.
Oh, okay.
You might think you don't have an opinion, but once I say something that's, slightly out of line, you're going to be like, Bear, that's just wrong.
You're not.
You're
You're
what
not
are you
wrong.
thinking?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Get it together.
Well, okay, so we're not going to be able to do all 130 gods, or 129 if Newt's not on the list, in this one episode. If you've listened to the show before, you know we take far too long for these things. And I've got some good news. Next week, we're going to have Innocent Rabbit, a.k.a. Max, a.k.a. Resident Stats Guy. He's going to join the show, and I want him to evaluate our tier list and see if he can, set us straight or tell everyone just how smart we are. So I think we can do this one of two ways, Barry. And we have discussed this before we were live on the episode, of course. Did I intentionally choose not to because that seemed kind of funny to me? Yes. Do you want to fill out the top and bottom tiers? Think of all the S tier gods and all the D tier gods or whatever. Or do you want to just go alphabetically and get to a good stopping point and have them evaluate from there? How do you want to do it?
Alphabetically, for sure.
Okay.
Because my brain just wouldn't work great the other way. I would say, alphabetically, for sure.
Sure. All right, let's do it. Then we're starting with Achilles. Where are you placing Achilles?
Probably A or B tier. I would say maybe B plus, if that's an option.
It isn't.
Okay, then I'm gonna go B, I think. I think if he has another frontliner, he's pretty good, but if he's solo frontline, I think he really can't do much. Unless the enemy team comp is just, useless against you, and you can just walk them and stack forever. But I played an Achilles game recently against a lot of CC, and I was just getting absolutely dumpstered.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
I mean, obviously he's got an execute, and it's a permanent team fight, so you can have the cool moments, but that doesn't make him better than other picks, in my opinion.
Sure, fair enough. Agni, he's got to be OP.
S.
Yep.
Whatever the highest is, Agni goes there. Just range CC, very easy poke, very easy to stack whatever you're trying to stack. And I think he just has the best engage for a mage right now.
Yep, gotta be S tier. Completely agree. Opwash, do we even need to talk about it? S tier.
No. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna order them in the tiers either.
That's fine.
I can't be asked. AMC also gotta be S tier, right?
Yeah. I haven't played against that many AMCs lately, but I don't think anything's ever changed to him to be bad in Assault. So I would keep him S.
Yeah, has to be. Amaterasu. She's got to be pretty high too, right? I mean, the auras are just so OP.
She doesn't have great CC. I would put her B.
Okay.
The auras are nice, but the lack of CC and lack of engage, and sometimes you can't really auto attack in Assault, so you're just kind of you're dashing, you're 2ing, and then you're ulting, and that's kind of your entire commitment, or your entire impact in the fight before you die. And so that's just not a very high impact. She's kind of like Achilles, where if you don't get that perfect team fight going, you just don't really do much. Especially if she's solo frontline, she's useless. Like you can't do anything.
Sure. I feel like her auras almost certainly give her a higher win rate than people would expect. Like, even though the rest of the kit probably isn't great, but could be wrong. But just 5x on that aura all the time is really good.
If you get fed and you get like a frostbound go and you can just chop people, then yeah. But I think it has to be like against a really good team comp for Alma to be able to like get frostbound and attack people down.
Right. On her.
B or C, I would say. Maybe C.
I was kind of thinking B. Pillar's good.
Pillar's good, but the rest of his kit, unless you're an on her player, I think he just doesn't do much. I think the AoE hunters are just so much better than on her. Pillar does go wild in certain situations. But a lot of people buy War Flag and Talisman in Assault, so they're kind of like always movement speed zooming around.
Yeah.
I would fight you on B, but my vote's for C.
Yeah, I'm fine with C. You've convinced me. Anubis.
Oh, this one's hard. Sometimes you get that perfect Anubis game where you're killing everyone, and sometimes you get that game where they have like ranged engage or like an unkillable tank and you were just dead the entire game. I think I would go B or C.
I think I'm gonna go B. I vote B.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think he's more consistent than on her.
Yeah,
for sure. I'd rather be Anubis than on her in the vast majority of Assault games.
Yeah, because at least you're like getting damage off on Anubis, whereas on her, like sometimes you're just dead in the water.
Plus, inherent lifesteal feels really good, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Bancroft's also feels pretty good in Assault right now.
Sure.
Which obviously makes Anubis feel good.
Alquang.
Tank Alquang, I would put B or A. Damage Alquang, I'd put like D.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of situational, kind of like Achilles is. But his execute's a lot more guaranteed. And if you're basically just playing to blink execute someone and build hybrid, I think he's okay. But you have this really weird cliff in the mid game where if you build Tank Alquang, you literally don't do anything.
Yes.
You're like in the beginning of the game, you're like, this is so cool, I'm unkillable, I'm executing people, and then you're like, I'm not doing anything. Right. Maybe B or C.
I'm thinking C. C.
I think some games. Also, if you're playing with good people, I think you get a lot more value out of his ult. But I'm trying to think for like the average player, if they get an Alquang, I don't think they're too happy.
No, almost certainly not. They're probably not having a great time. Unlike if they get the next, which is Afro. S.
I would
maybe A.
Yeah, I think compared to other healers, just because she's a single target healer, she's not bad, but if she has an OP link, then she's S.
Right.
But if she doesn't have an OP link, she's like B, I think.
Sure. So A seems appropriate. We're gonna split the difference, no?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, but man, those OP link games.
Yeah, those OP link games just shoot you through the roof. Like you're like, this is the best Afro game I'm ever gonna have my entire life.
Yep, for sure. Apollo.
Oh, he's bad.
Yeah.
D. I don't know what the lowest is.
D is the lowest I have.
Yeah, I'd throw him D. His auto attacks just don't do very much. You don't get much mez value. Your dash is really bad in Assault most of the time. Your ult sometimes gets value, but you have to have like a full dive comp. And then I think auras also just destroy this character. Like if they have Solve, Prophetic. Even War Flag's really good against him because people just move faster. So yeah, I'd throw him D.
Yep, I agree. Sad because probably my favorite hunter, but bad.
It's funny because he is actually fun to play in Assault, but he's just so lackluster. Yeah, you throw ones out there for like 100 damage or 150, and you're like, yeah,
pop it off. Okay, Arachne.
I would honestly throw her A. Um,
Really?
I think she's pretty underrated as like a pseudo bruiser tank.
You have to
I
build a
think,
tank. She can't be built damage.
well, yeah, I think bruiser is best for her.
Sure.
If you go full tank, you are absolutely useless.
Yeah.
If you go full offense, I honestly haven't built her full offense in a long time. But I think bruiser, she's at least A, because she gets a lot of value with her ult. But you kind of need a good game for her to be effective. And I think playing against like really good assault players is not getting much value. But for the average assault player, I think I'd give her A if you're building a bruiser.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm convinced. I was gonna try and argue for B, but I think you're right. I think we have to assume for the tier list that you're building in the correct way.
Yeah.
And that would be definitely bruiser for Arachne. Bruiser or like mostly tank with like a chins or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can mess with that. Ares.
S easy.
Gotta be.
Not even for the ult. His 2 is the most OP ability.
Yep.
Um, it his ult obviously it's just enemy team comp dependent. Do they have CC immune ults? Do they not? If they do have CC immune ults, you're still fine because your 2 is just so OP in that game mode.
Yep.
Their team comp has to absolutely destroy you. Plus, you have to be a solo tank. But I think he has so many things going for him that, yeah, he's just insane.
Yep, I agree. Gotta be S. Plus, you get to build. You want to build auras anyways, and you get to get your passive power from them, which feels really good. Absolutely has to be an S tier character for sure.
Yep.
Artemis.
I'm going A, I think, for art. I would throw her S, but I think some team comps just destroy her because she doesn't have much mobility.
Mm-hmm.
But she is one of the best team fight gods in Assault. But if you get the right game, she's S plus easy.
Yep.
But she's just a mobile, so sometimes you're just not getting a lot of value. So yeah, I'd give her A.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tusky just is so good as long as you're not Barracuda that it's going to be OP.
This is for the noobs in Assault. If you're playing Artemis, just press your 4 key.
Just press it.
Like, I've played so many games with Artemis players where we're like 3/4 of the way through the team fight and Tusky has not been pressed yet.
Well, they're not under pressure. They haven't gotten hit yet.
It is not a self-peel button in Assault. It is I'm going to stun the entire team and do like 200 to 400 damage. Like, please just press the button. It's also like impossible to kill.
Yep. Oh, it's impossible. Tusky is one of the best ults in the game, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, so insane. Such an insane ult. Artio.
This one's hard.
This one is hard.
She's kind of the same situation as Artemis, where she really shines in the right games, or if you're just a good Artio player.
Yep.
But I think for the average player in an average Assault game where it's not like a great situation or a really bad situation, I'd probably put her B. Just because she loses really hard to a lot of CC.
Sure.
And since you're always in a team fight stage, you can just kind of get CC'd down and die. But yeah, I think I'd throw her B.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's probably the right place because she is so variant. There are a few gods I hate playing against more than Artio if I'm like in a mobile god that especially is like somewhat frontliney. She makes it really hard to play those types of characters into her, but it like long range mages and that kind of stuff just don't really have to respect her at all. So yeah, I'm happy with B. Athena.
S.
Gotta be. Dash taunt. They have to step up eventually, and you just dash taunt and do it over and over again.
You get so much value, and you don't even have to commit with a dash taunt.
Yep.
You can just dash like sideways and taunt. Yeah, there are the Athena players that like every time they taunt, they think this is like the full team fight, like we're blowing everything, and that's just not how she's played in
Right.
Assault. You just taunt as often as you can, as long as you're gonna take like less than half your HP, you're fine.
Yep.
But yeah, S. Like her ult gets so much value, her taunt gets so much value. I think dash is also a really good button. Obviously, you do need damage in your team comp, but most assault comps are gonna have damage anyways, some kind of follow up. So yeah, S.
Atlas.
S, easy. This, if there was a, if there was like a way we were ordering this, it would be Atlas and Agni at like the top of S.
Really?
Like
Okay.
Atlas is so OP just because his buttons are just so big.
Mm-hmm.
And in the beginning of the game, he's really good, and then once you get CDR, he just controls an entire team fight.
Mm-hmm.
Every single team fight, as long as you're not wasting all your buttons in like a second, you're spacing them out a little bit, he gets so much value. You can build him full offense and do a lot. You can build him full tank and do a lot. You can build him hybrid and do a lot. Yeah, he's just one of the best assault characters.
A Willix.
D. Even,
Just so bad.
even if you have a knock-up comp and they have jumps, she's still not even C.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't get that much value out of her. If you build her full tank, you just don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wait. Like, even if you ult a tank into your team, a lot of times it's not even what you want to be doing. If you ult a carry into the team, you're probably going to get that kill anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's just always bad. I don't think you can ever build her full offense. I think full offense is literally just the worst on her. Obviously you can't have those great Willis games where you can like pop off the entire time, but she's D. 100%.
Yeah, if you've got like a Vulcan on your team or something like that, she feels a lot better. But in general, I think she definitely is probably the weakest of all the characters. There are so many gods that start with A, by the way.
I know, right?
That is crazy.
One podcast only for A characters.
Seriously, just for A characters. Okay, here's my plan. I'm going to drag the tier list over your face, not over mine, because, you know, I'm the one in control. Just to...
You're more handsome anyway, so, like...
I mean, you said it, not me.
You should cover my face from the beginning.
No. Absolutely not. Here's our current assault tier list after A. For our dear listeners, the point of a podcast. I'm not going to recap every one of them through the alphabet, but an update on the S tier is Agni, Opwash, Amuz Cobb, Ares, Athena, Atlas, and your D tier is Apollo and a Willix. So far. We still have lots more to go. Baba Yaga.
Prophetic, she's S tier. Full mage, she's probably like A or B.
Yeah, I think I want to put her A.
That's fair.
Feel like you can build her both ways. I mean, you should probably be going prophetic no matter what. But she covers a lot of area. The ultimate is so good. Yeah, I'll put her A.
You kind of just always get value out of her, unless you're just like closing your eyes, throwing your buttons.
And
she
even then,
like
you're gonna hit something, you know.
Well, not the Baba Yaga I played with earlier. That poor guy. He was console for sure. He was just no offense to console players. You can just tell sometimes.
Yeah, the way they
turn. Yeah. He was just. I think his eyes were closed. Yeah, she just does a lot. I would put her like A+, but I'm fine with
A. Bacchus.
I personally think he's S.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, good. He has a really easy engage. He has space to CC people. Mm-hmm. His ult, you kind of always get value out of it.
Built-in sustain.
Yeah, built-in sustain. He has relatively low cooldowns. I think if his burp gets interrupted a lot, or if they have a lot of silences, you're not loving life. Maybe he's A. Maybe he's A.
I don't know, man. Flop.
I don't want to.
Flop
yeah,
is
I just
so
don't wanna,
good.
I just don't want to throw too many characters in S tier. That's what I'm
Sure. No,
thinking.
you're right. There are a lot in S already. It's our most populated region so far. So okay,
Yeah,
I'll buy that. I'll buy that
I
he's
think.
worse than Ares, Athena, Atlas, like AMC, Agni, and Opwash. So
Yeah. Okay.
there it is.
He's. I mean, he's definitely like A plus for sure, but A plus doesn't exist. So.
That's right. Only A. Bakasura.
Probably C. I honestly love playing Bach in Assault. I don't know why. I just feel like I always get value out of him. But I think if it's like for the average person, he doesn't get a lot of value.
I was gonna say, man, he's got to be D. Like you just have no range. You have no range at all. You are just waiting until so much of assault is like poke, 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 team fight. You are just irrelevant in the poke phase of the game.
Yeah, but that's fine. But you just need to find your engage. But I mean, I'm fine with D as well.
Yeah, I think he's got to be D. I think he's just too hard to pilot super well.
You also need a good front line, and you need people that do damage.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that sounds very like that's how you win a team fight, right? People do damage.
Yeah.
But as Baka, like your job is to blink in later and clean up kills.
Yeah.
But for me, I love playing Baka, but I'm fine with D.
Yeah, I think he's got to be there.
He's fine.
Bake Kujira. I have not played as Bake in Assault, actually.
Yeah, I haven't played as him in Assault. I played against him in Assault. I would give him A, I think, because I think I've only played against him once, and his ult was really annoying.
Yep.
It gets a lot of value. But we were also like a lot of tanks, so we couldn't really kill each other. And his carries were just doing more than mine were.
Sure.
But his ult is just insane. But I want to say S, but I think I'm gonna go A. But
yeah, I feel like he's too easy to hit and too easy to get to die on to go S. But the ultimate is really strong.
Yeah.
The ultimate's really strong. Baron.
B, I think.
Really? I feel like Baron. Every time I get Baron in Assault, I'm like, let's go, dude. I'm pumped.
Yeah, same, but I've played against so many Barons that are just bad.
Yeah. I mean, having a conditional heal is tough.
Yeah, conditional heal, and then your 3 is kind of hard to hit. And he kind of has an Artemis problem for players in Assault where they just won't ult.
Yeah.
And it's like there's an immobile person in front of you, and you can just pull them to your tower on cooldown and just kill them, but they just won't press their 4 key. I personally love playing Baron, same as Baka. Like he's just a really fun character.
Yeah. What about Baron's brew? Are you brewing?
Oh, of course. I'm brewing all the time. In any game mode, if I see that, it's like instant dopamine.
Yeah. I mean, plus the brew, like, could we consider
Okay,
A
fine.
tier
We'll give
actually?
him A. We'll give him
Okay.
A.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just trying to not overpopulate the top of the tier list.
No, there are going to be a lot of bad gods. Okay.
Okay.
Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Bastet.
B, I think.
I think B. Her ult is much better than the old ult for Assault.
Yeah, but a lot of people are just so bad with her.
Yes, that ult is really hard to hit. To be fair, for some reason, it feels like it shouldn't be that hard, but I make it look hard.
Yeah, because it's kind of wide.
Yeah,
and I think you think about it too much.
Yep.
And then you just you try to predict them strafing or dodging it, and a lot of times they're just oblivious to it coming towards them.
Yep.
But I would go C or B. Either one's fine with me. I lean towards C just because I've seen so many bad Bastets.
Yeah, I'm messing with that. Just no utility outside of the ult, really.
Yeah. It's kind of just like a different Awelix, but yeah, I think she's just
better
than
than Awelix for sure. Yeah, agreed. Bologna.
I would go B, I think.
That's what I was vibing with. Yep.
She doesn't have a lot of CC. If you get the games, you can just stick to people. She's OP, S plus easy. But a lot of times you're not getting those games. So yeah, I would go B.
Kabrakan.
A. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Uh,
One of the best front
Pat,
lines.
yeah, passive's really OP. His 2 is really OP. His ult's really OP against like most frontline. Um, he doesn't have the sickest like S tier engage, but I think as long as you're playing him confidently and just stunning and running around like being annoying, I think he's easy A.
Yep, agreed. Camazotz.
Mm, Destiny's gonna be mad at me. But I'm gonna put him like B or C, I think.
Yeah, Camazotz, like, I feel like he's annoying to play against because he has so much built-in sustain, you're, like, not really killing him. But he's also, like, not really doing anything. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't do any... Like, he just doesn't die, but he doesn't do anything while he's alive, either. I want to
If
put him
you're
C.
if you're playing against full carries, he's really good. But once you play
Yes.
against tanks and they go prophetic solve, you are just not doing damage to anyone.
Right.
Like you're just the same. It's like Apollo syndrome. You're wanting for like 100.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm down with C.
Cerberus.
I did play against an unkillable Cerberus today, so I might have a little bit of
I think he's got to be
bias.
very good. Like, healing, all the healing that you're incentivized to go, he automatically anti-heals.
I think I would give him A. I would give him S, but I think I'd give him A.
Yeah, I wouldn't give him S either. I think A is appropriate for him. I'm with you on that.
I think the stun's obviously still really hard to hit, but
yes.
any blink engage characters in assault, you need to buy blink on that character.
Yep.
But any blink engage characters are just always OP.
Seafog calling me out in chat saying that I'm a notorious Kama hater, and you're not wrong, Seafog. I am a notorious Kama hater. He doesn't do anything, man. He doesn't do anything at all.
He's just a selfish character. Where
He's
it feels
so
good
selfish
for the Camazotz player.
Yes.
Like he doesn't feel good for anyone else.
No, he doesn't feel good for anyone on his team or the enemy team.
Yeah, exactly.
He is a zero-sum fun character for sure.
Yeah.
Kerninos.
B or C, I think.
His ult is really good.
Sometimes. But you have to build damage for his ult to do much, and then you also have to be able to kill people in his ult.
Yeah.
I think in Conquest you get a lot of value with his ult, but in Assault sometimes you just don't get any value. It just depends on your team comp. And then also ground dashes, in my opinion, in Assault are just worse.
Sure.
But obviously you do have the games where you can do a lot of damage, but I think Hunters aren't the sickest right now in Assault.
No, but he has built-in sustain and a good team fight ult. I feel like he's got to be B. He's better than On Her.
Yeah. If Honor is C, then he's B.
Yep, that's where we got him. Chalk.
I want to put him S.
I want to put him S as well, and we're doing it. Dude,
okay.
The giant rainstorm is unbelievably OP.
Yeah, and you have Blink ult, you have your 2 is an insanely good ability, your 3 is an insanely good ability. Like,
yeah,
his axe obviously also enables his other 2 buttons. I think he's S.
Yep, I agree for sure. Chang'e.
I have not played against that many Chongas over my years. I think she used to be really insane. I think lately she doesn't do as much. I think in terms of healers, I'd probably put her B, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the ultimate, like, it always has a chance, right? To just, like, instantly win you the game.
Well, we got 5-man ulti the other day in an Assault game, and nothing happened. Because we had, like, Prophetic and Heartward.
Oh, alright, B it is. I'm sold. Charon.
This one's hard. I feel like this character in general is just hard to rate.
Yeah.
I personally don't think he's great. I think I want to put him C.
Well, that's lower than I wanted to put him initially. I want to put him B, I think.
I just think he doesn't have a lot of CC, and if he's the only frontline on your team, then he just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I just think the shield value is really good. All of his buttons are really easy to hit. And the ultimate is solid. I agree, as a solo frontliner, he's probably not great. But if you have two frontline and he can kind of go like bruiser almost, I think he's really strong. I want to put him B. Are you opposed?
I'm slightly opposed, but B's fine.
No, you are the assault expert here, and I'm not overruling you, so he's in C.
Okay.
Charybdis.
Oh, I think you know.
D she goes.
I think you know.
D she goes. Chernabog.
C, I think.
Yeah, I would put him at least C. He might be about as bad as, like... Is he
He's
worse
C
than Apollo?
minus. No. He's better than Apollo, for sure.
Okay, then he's C.
Your root gets a lot of value.
Yeah. Chiron.
But...
Sorry, if you had another Chernabog point, you can...
Oh, I was going to say, just his safety in general, safe backliners that have CC are normally really good. Who's the next one, sorry? Chiron?
Chiron. There are a lot of sea gods as well, bro. We still have 6 more sea gods.
Oh, Chiron's hard.
Maybe
B, I think.
I was going to say A. I feel like Chiron's really good. Built-in sustain, cleanse, lots of AoE damage.
I just don't play against, like, good Chirons. Like, they're so easy to dive if you have an aggressive frontline where you just kill him. Like,
yeah, I mean, his early is pretty weak. But I feel like his early utility is good enough, and then his late game damage is really high.
Yeah, but I don't think people in Assault are using his utility.
Oh, well, then they're turbo noobs.
Yeah.
All right, I'll allow B. I'll allow B. I'm not letting him go lower than B though. That's my.
No, that's fine. That's
my
fine.
Final
We'll
answer.
throw him B. Yeah.
Kronos.
Oh, D.
Yep. Not very good. Klidna.
She's hard. Sometimes you just outright win a team fight yourself. Other games, you just don't have a front line, you're not doing anything. B or C, I think.
Yeah, I want to go C. That's my initial reaction. She
I'll
can be good, but yeah, most of the time I'm not like nice. I got Klidna. Pretty much ever. Cthulhu.
Might be A, honestly.
Gotta be at least A, right?
I think if you're just a really bad Cthulhu player, he's not going to do anything. But if you just ult and pressure buttons, that character always does something.
Yep.
Also, if you don't get your ult baited out by nothing.
Yes. That's the biggest danger.
Yeah, you just need to press it in the right time, which is just the character anyways, but just have like a little bit of patience with that ult, and he's a good character. I would go A, I think.
Yeah, I've got him in A as well. Cucullin.
I want to go S, honestly. I absolutely love playing that character. He is so fun in Assault.
Yeah, but bro, he is so bad if he doesn't have ult. And like when you detransform with no ult, you are so bad for a long period of time. And you have to get pretty... You have to put yourself in a risky spot if you're a solo frontliner, like rebuild your rage.
No, you just won the wave and you're fine most of the time.
Yeah, it takes so many waves to just one up to transform though. Like you're basically only waiting on your ult cooldown.
Yeah, but I think I would still go. For me, I'm putting that character S.
Okay.
For me.
No, you're right. I think
the blink engage literally just wins you the game.
Yeah, it is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really good. Cupid.
A?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
I don't play against a lot of Cupids, but when I get Cupid, I think he's pretty good. You get a lot of heals. Your 3 having a built-in stim is really good. You have CC. Your ult gets more value than it should, I think, in like most situations. Yeah, I put him A.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Daji.
I think I'm gonna go A as well.
Yeah.
I think some Daji games Also, sometimes you're like a pseudo tank and you just do nothing as
Mm-hmm.
dodgy. And then some games you would go tank dodgy and it's really good. I think full offense is probably just always the way to build dodgy. I know you can go like breastplate and Jotuns and it's not bad, but I think full offense you just have to be able to kill people. So yeah, I'd go A,
Yeah,
I think.
I'm not upset with that. Danza.
C or D, I think. I think
He's
most
better than
people in
Apollo in Charybdis.
yeah, I just think most people in Assault can't play dance.
Yeah. I think I'm
I
still happy with C though. He's about as good as
yeah,
on her, I'd say.
he's just really easy to dive.
Yeah. Yes,
If they
for
have an
sure.
aggressive team comp with like a warrior and a guardian that have like range CC, he will just always die.
Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with C. Disco.
S
Gotta
easy.
be. Gotta be.
S. One of
One of the best one of the most fun characters in Assault
yeah,
by a mile.
up there with Agni and Atlas for sure.
Yeah. Erlong Shen.
Honestly, I'm putting A. I think. He has range CC. His ult gets insane value. He's one of the characters where auto attacking doesn't seem hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas other auto attack warriors, it feels more strenuous for some reason, or more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I would put him A. Just range CC, and then his ult just gets insane value.
Yeah.
Like if you can blink ult or you just horrific chase people down with ult, he has a lot.
Yeah, I'm vibing with that. ESET.
A good E set's S. I think the average E set's probably like B.
Yeah, I feel like we have to assume that they are at least like these players are at least competent with their gods. I think she kind of has to be S almost. Like her
Yeah,
2 and 3 are just so broken, and one of the best parts of her kit in Assault is how strong her passive is,
yeah,
and you can't mess that up. You know that's just happening. The ult is really good. She's gotta be S, bro. She's insane.
yeah. I think you just have to build her tank. I think Mage E set's
Yes.
kind of just really bad.
Yep.
Tank E set's S if you know how to play E set, and the average player is just gonna build full mage and be like, "Why am I dying on cooldown?" Yeah,
Probably, but I don't know. Tanky set was like meta in Conquest for enough time that maybe people are kind of getting it. I feel like her potential is she's in my opinion like Agni Atlas Disco
oh yeah,
tier as a tank. I feel like we
yep.
can't leave her out of S tier.
No, I agree. Yeah,
She's
that's fine.
also unbelievably fun. Fafnir.
C, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So
I
fun,
think,
so underwhelming though in Assault.
yeah, he's so hard to solo carry a game with too.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have competent people that can follow up off of your CC, really good. If you don't, he just doesn't do much.
Yeah. Fenrir.
Probably A.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I'd
I
agree with
think
that.
Fenrir.
Tank Fenrir,
I think
of course.
yeah. With a lot of cooldown, you just ult tanks or you ult a carry. You ult the same carry over and over and over again, just ruin their day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just A, I think.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put him S, but A is good.
Freya.
C or D, I think. I think she's just awkward to get going a lot of times, and then
Yeah.
if someone builds Heartward, you just don't do anything for so long.
Yeah, but I'd still rather be Freya than Apollo in like every scenario, right? Like just exclusively because of Banish. Like Banish is so good, I feel like I want to put her C. But not
Yeah, I don't see.
Yeah.
Don't see.
Yeah, let's go see. Ganesh.
Probably S, I think.
Really? That high?
Yeah, his ult's insane. His 2 is insane. His 1's even really good for assault too. Honestly, his whole kit's insane. I didn't have like the instant S reaction, but once I thought about it, I think
I feel like he's kind of A. No, like I agree that all of these things are good, but they aren't. You know, Atlas,
I mean,
Athena, Eset, like, they aren't that level of good.
maybe not for you guys, but for me,
Right, yeah, you were right there learning from Jeff Hinla's ult placements, you know?
yeah, I even taught myself a bit. Like,
Wow. Well, you
it's
shouldn't have, because Jeff was the GOAT, Ganesh Alter. No doubt about it.
uh, I think he's also kind of Baron Artemis syndrome, where people just don't ult with that character.
Yeah.
Like you can just throw it down and always get value. If you build him full offense, you one-shot backliners. If you build him full tank with cooldowns, their frontline can't play the game. But I'm fine with A. It's just wrong.
I was going to say, I'm voting A, but I'm letting you have the final call. And I am letting you have the final call. Is it S or A?
All right, we'll put him A. We'll put him A.
Okay, but it's wrong, to be clear.
It was wrong.
Geb.
I want to say S again. Just
yeah.
Blink Engage is really good. Shield's really good. You don't really need a brain to play this character either. He doesn't have the sickest engage. He's not going to be killing people. But the games where you need the shields on cooldown, he just does so much.
Do you think he's significantly better than, like, Bacchus, Cabrakan, Cerberus?
In my opinion, yes, but I'm also fine with putting him in A.
Yeah, because my initial thought is A, but I'm just not sure he's that much better than Bacchus, Cabrakan, Cerberus, who we all have an A. He would be A+ for sure.
Yeah. I'm thinking, like, if I'm loading into the game and I see that I have Geb, I'm instantly full dopamine going off. Like,
yeah.
I'm winning this game.
Yeah. I am happy about it.
A's fine. A's fine.
Okay, we'll leave him an A. Gilgamesh.
A. I think A or B.
Yeah, I think A. I think Ultimate's so good. Dropkick's so good. 3 is really good.
He's not really, like, hard to play either. I think his skill floor in Assault's really high.
Yeah.
You just need to press your buttons. Just like every other character, just press your buttons.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Don't save him too long. Unless it's Cthulhu ult, save that one.
Yeah, just think about
it. Guan.
A, I think. I think in the right hands he's S. I think some games where if they have a poke comp and you can't ever step up, he's probably like C. Or if they have like insane damage, like if they have a Ganesh and you're Guan, you're never gonna play the game.
Yeah,
like,
you're depressed.
If you ult in, you get ulted. You're gonna get 2'd every time you 3. You know, the Ganesh character sounds pretty OP. Guan's I'll put him B, I think. Let's put him B.
B? Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hachiman.
Maybe S, but I think A.
Yeah, I think he's got to be A. I don't think he's significantly better than Artemis.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Art than Hachi.
I don't think he's on the same caliber of S characters, but I think for a hunter, he's S tier, if that makes sense.
Sure,
like,
he's one of the best hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not S overall.
Yeah, you're not going to get Hachi and be like, I'm going to win this game, like you're going to get like Alice or Agni and just have full control over the game.
Right.
But out of hunters, he's definitely like S at least. But I think for overall assault, he's probably like A.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree with that. Hades.
Probably A or B, I think.
I was thinking A. I'm a well-known Hades one trick, but I just Blink Engage is there, Team Sustain is there, really OP CC.
No one I know for a Hades heal.
I know.
It's so annoying.
It's so criminal. It's so criminal.
Everyone will just kill the wave before you even get a chance to heal yourself. And even if you're saying like group up, no one will heal. And you're it's so annoying. A or B for Hades?
Yeah, I'm going A if you're okay with that.
By me? Yep.
Hebo.
Probably C.
Yeah.
C or D, I think. Probably C just because carpet and knockup.
Yeah, I think C.
But he's so easy to dive. A lot of people don't know how to play Hebo in Assault, so he just doesn't do much. I think Bruiser Hebo might have some value, but most games he's just bad.
Heimdall.
C, I think. For the average person, probably C.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking as well. Like I think an underrated part of Heimdall's kit is how much ground the 2 slow covers.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just too easy to get in the wrong spot on that god for most players, I'd say.
Yep.
He hard. Hell.
S.
S. No discussion.
Easy.
Hera.
Probably semi-tank Hera, or if you have like a prophetic full auras on your team, probably A. Without that, probably B or C.
Where do I think Hera is? Yeah, I think I'd put her B. I think her poke is just really inconsistent.
A good Hera player is S, but I think the majority are B.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Hercules.
Probably B, I think. He's really countered by anti-heal. If people just buy that in Assault, he just doesn't do much. Also, he's one of the harder frontliners to play. He has a skill shot, which if he's like if he's like 1 or 2 tanks, people are just going to be staring at you, and they won't get pulled most of the time.
Yep.
But I think other engages are just better. I think he's probably B, maybe C.
Yeah. I'm going to put him B. I think because he can solo win a game if you're really popping off.
You can turn while you throw a boulder now.
Yep, and that feels good. We love that if you're Herc. Horus.
S, in my opinion, but I feel like he's probably going to go A.
Yeah, I want to put him A. I wouldn't put him S.
He just has... the reason I want to put him S is he has the easiest engage in the world, and all you have to do is turn around and 3 back to your team. Like, you get so much poke, and if you're solo frontline Horus, obviously you're not going to have the greatest time, especially if they do a lot of damage to you, but you have the easiest in, you have the easiest out. If you just play him like half a brain, he's S, but I think most people are probably A.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Hou-Yi.
A or B, I think.
I think I'd put him A.
Yeah, his ult unironically gets a lot of value. The slow, if you have like a little bit of CC in your front line that can lock them in the ult and you're just drilling them with auto attacks, he does a lot. So yeah, I put him A.
Yeah, I agree with that. Hunbats.
S, I think. I'm extremely happy when I get bats.
Yeah, I am too. And I think he's S for like, kind of like you were saying for Hachi, like among assassins, he's definitely one of the best. But is he better than Baron and Fenrir and Ganesh, like these other characters that we've put into A?
Well, I put Ganesh S.
Yeah, you put Ganesh S. I don't know. I feel like he'd be A plus in my mind, so he'd kind of go either way. But I'm leaning more towards A than S. I wouldn't put him in like the upper echelon of like, nice, I got this character. I'm gonna win the game by myself.
Yeah, full offense Hunbats is just OP. Like,
yes, it's really good.
If you get a good blink engage, your ult just one shots people for some reason. Then you get to go bluestone on bats, and that's just insane.
Yep.
But
monkey toss is really good. No, you know what? You've talked me into it. He's S.
But you have to be good with bats, and bats is not a hard character.
No.
You just need a blink ult, and don't like try to full commit. But as long as you have like halfway decent ults, you will just win.
It's that his all-in is really good, and he's relevant in the poke phase. Like, that's what makes him S to me, is that it's hard for assassins to be relevant there, and he is. So I'm happy with that. All right, we're at H. I'm going to put it up on the screen here for the podcasters that are listening. Unlucky for you. I guess here, I'll give you a recap of our top and bottom tiers again. S tier is Agni, Opwash, Amus and Cobb, Ares, Athena, Atlas. God, so many A's. Chalk, Cucullin, Discordia, Iset, Hell, Hunbats. And our D tier so far is Apollo, Awilix, Bakasura, Charybdis, and Kronos. And I'm just going to leave that up while I tell you all about prize picks. So, Barry, you can do God knows what behind this tier list while I'm doing this. What is Prize Picks? Prize Picks is the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. They are the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. It's just you against the numbers. Instead of battling thousands of other players, including pros and sharks, including potentially formerly pro NBA players before they get banned from playing in the NBA for betting, you pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. But again, if you're an NBA player, you shouldn't do this. It's a bad idea for you. I don't know. I didn't think that needed to be said, but apparently it did. For you, Bear, and for everyone else, I'm making a lot of jokes about there was an NBA player who was doing sports betting on their own games and that kind of stuff and just got like a lifetime ban from the NBA. So insane.
Oh, that's cool.
Literally made like millions of dollars in the NBA, lost their job for $21,000 in profit.
That's worth it.
What a great decision. They should have gone less than on the amount of bets that they should place, is really what I'm trying to say. And more than on, like, being better. Anyways. Yeah, look, it's going to be a really sick time because the playoffs are starting for basketball and hockey. Unfortunately, my Penguins did not make it, and my Hawks are playing right now against the Bulls, I do believe. So I would be betting on the Penguins if they had made it, but instead I'm going to have to ride with my Hawks. That's all they got to do. And it's really easy with Prize Picks. Again, it's just more than or less than. It's so easy, and you don't have to worry about all those complicated things. It's also the best way to get in on the action in more than 30 states across the country, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Want to play alongside of some of Prize Picks' favorite players like Meek Mill and Sugar Sean O'Malley? You can now find community plays under the promos tab of the app to view entries from some of the biggest names in the Prize Picks community each week. They even offer injury insurance so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. Like for basketball games, for example, if you have a player who exits the game in the first half and does not return in the second, that player projection won't count against you, and the rest of your entry stays live, which is really, really dope. So I think that's a really cool thing about it. So yeah, if you're interested, and I think you should be, then download the app today and use code BACKLINERS for a first deposit match up to $100. Again, just using code BACKLINERS for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. More than 0 voice cracks in that ad read. You would have paid out. Okay. Ishtar. Wait, Barra, here's what I'm thinking, okay?
Hello.
We're almost an hour in, but we've made really good progress, actually. I'm kind of proud of how quickly we've been going. And I think if we just really rapid fire from here, we can finish the whole thing in a reasonable amount of time, and then just have Max roast it for us next week.
Wait, finish the entire All Gods?
Yeah, we have less than half remaining, I think. I don't know if that math is correct.
I don't know. A and C took so long, so I'm lost on where we actually are.
We're on I, and it doesn't look very daunting on the screen. Like here,
okay.
I'll toss it back up on the stream, and you can see it. Like, this is all we've got left. We're just gonna have to rapid fire most of these.
Let's rapid fire. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay, Ishtar.
B.
B.
C, actually.
C it is. Eshell.
B.
Okay, a little offended. Not really. Izanami.
D.
Yeah, D. Agreed. Giannis.
D.
D, unless you're proxying your own team and getting yourself between their towers, and then he's S. Jingwei.
D.
Yorm.
B or A?
I'm gonna go B. No, I'm gonna go A.
No, A.
Yep,
yeah,
I'm with
A.
you. Kali.
D.
Kepri.
A. A.
Ooh, almost had him an S. King Arthur.
C.
Yeah. I was thinking even D, potentially. Cuckoo.
Oh, I was like, we already did Cuckold. A. A.
Yeah.
Also, A because you get so much farm yourself. No one, like, if you
Yep.
step up in NATO, you get so much farm.
Yep. Yep. And you should be stepping up in NATO in, because if you aren't, what are you doing? Kumba.
B.
I'm with you on that. Kuzenbo.
B.
Lancelot.
C.
Loki.
A. B. 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 B.
I was going to say, I was thinking B at best. Maman Brigitte. What was that noise?
Henry, what was that?
I thought, my first thought was that an animal, and then I was like, I shouldn't ask because that might have been a fart. Like, there's a world where that could have been a fart, and I didn't want to call you out for it.
Henry was just to my left. What color was it?
Maman Brigitte.
D. D.
Unlucky. She needs buffs. Marty.
S.
Yeah, I agree.
Actual S god.
Yep. Actual S. Actual factual S. Oh, I zoomed in too much and I can't, like, drag all the way there anymore. Oh my god, how much did I zoom in? There we go. Maui.
B. A. 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 A.
Yeah, I think the ult probably.
I think a lot of people don't like playing him in Assault, but his ult is so good.
Yeah, it's really good. Medusa.
S, I think, honestly.
Yeah, I agree with that. Mercury.
D.
Fun fact, my very first pentakill in all of Smite was with Mercury in Assault.
He used to be so good in Assault, bro. He used to, like, absolutely slam.
What changed?
People got better, and aura items are just...
Yeah, or items are...
Spectral just poops on him.
Yep. Merlin.
A.
Morgan Le Fay.
B. B. B.
I was thinking maybe A. She'd be B+, but I'm happy with B.
Yeah.
Mulan.
A.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Naja.
A. Strong A. A strong A.
A+, if we had it, but we don't.
Yep.
Neith.
B.
Yep. Nemesis.
B. Or
Nike.
C?
Yeah, I'm happy with C.
Nike A.
Nox.
S.
Gotta be. Nua.
B. B.
Odin.
Or C. Odin A.
Oleron.
C.
Yeah, kind of crazy even with his ult. I feel like his ult would put him higher.
A lot of people are just bad with Olo, so I put him lower. I personally like playing him a lot, but a lot of people can't play him.
Yeah. I can't talk you into B.
You can. I won't be mad.
I just feel like the ult is so good. Like, you don't have to do it perfectly every time. It's just going to get some amount of value almost every fight. I think I got to put him B.
Yeah, that's fine.
Osiris.
A or B? A.
A for me because he's one of the gods I find the most fun in Assault. I love him. Pele.
A. Strong A.
Persephone.
I don't know. I would B or C.
Okay. I'm fine with... Let's go B. I think her poke is hard to deal with sometimes.
Sure.
Poseidon.
A.
Ra.
A.
Yeah, I think A is probably right. Raijin.
A or B. He just gets... The games he's good, he's really good, but the games he just gets dove, you just die.
Yeah, I think A. I think I just value the poke part of the Assault match a lot, and he's pretty good there.
Yeah. He's just sometimes really hard to poke. Like, if you step in engage range, you just die.
Yeah.
If you have a strong front line, you can step up, but sometimes you can't. Yeah,
okay, I'm fine with B. I'm fine with B. Rom.
C.
Rat.
C. C.
Did you want to change your ROM placement?
Yeah, I was thinking D maybe.
No, he's better than Apollo by a noticeable amount.
Yeah, but some games, if they just build a lot of FISD, you're just auto tax.
Yeah, I still would rather have him over Apollo, Charybdis, Kronos, Iza, Jingwei as like the hunters in that category.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm keeping him C. Robin.
B, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Scylla.
B or C, I think.
Yeah,
it just depends on the player for Scylla,
B. I think B. Yeah. Serket.
A, I think.
Really that high? Yeah, Tank Serket.
Yeah.
Is pretty good.
She's really hard to kill. Obviously, like solo frontline, unwinnable as Serket. But if you're a half-decent Serket player, you get so much mobility and so much value out of like distracting their backline while your frontline or while your backline kills their frontline.
Yeah, here's the thing. If Max is going to come in and roast this, and we have Serket in A, he's going to roast us for this. You know that, right?
Okay, fine. C. Yeah, the average player C.
Set.
C or D?
D. Has to be D.
Yeah.
When I was this is going to take no time at all, I swear. When I was looking at designing the non-conquest balance system, I was looking at outliers. Set before non-conquest balance was a thing. Set in assault was literally like a 31% win rate. 31%. It was like that low. It was astronomically bad.
That's funny because I like playing Set in Assault, and I think it's actually like kind of easy. But I know like the average player is just lost on that character for some reason.
They really are. Shiva.
A, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Good utility.
I think if you go prophetic, you just start stacking so easily. Obviously, you do lose to like walls and a bit of CC, but yeah.
A. Yeah. Scotty.
C, I think.
Okay. Sobek.
A.
Gotta be at least A.
I want to put him S.
Yeah, I kind of want to put him S.
I just don't think he's as good as the other frontliners in S. Like
Yeah,
those are like true S characters.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Soul.
A or B.
I think she's definitely at least A. She can just end games so much faster than most characters can. Like, she just tower pushes so well. Wukong.
B.
Surtur.
B.
Susano.
D. I think the higher levels of assault, he's really good. Everyone else probably D.
Yeah. Sylvanas.
A.
Terra.
Could be S. I love Terra. I think average probably A.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I don't know.
No, I'd say A.
Okay.
Theta.
C. That one's hard.
That one is hard. Mori. The Morrigan.
C.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Or D, maybe, for the average player.
Thor.
Good players S, average probably B.
Then let's meet in the middle and say A.
Sure.
I think he's pretty good. Thoth.
What are you yelling at? S.
Gotta be S. Tiamat.
A.
Tsukiyomi.
B. Or A. That one's also hard.
That one is hard.
Syndrome for me.
I'm gonna go B on this one.
Yeah.
Tier.
S.
Really? S. He is really
His
good.
ult is so insane.
Yeah. No, I'm actually with you.
He is one of the best.
We are going to get roasted for that, by the way. I can tell you
okay,
that right
now. Okay, for the average player, probably B, but for anyone with a brain, S.
Yep,
that sounds like roasting everyone.
I think he's good. Uller.
D.
Really?
Yeah, single target hunter. It's so bad.
Yeah, I just think when they're under their tower and I'm Bluestone Uller and dropping threes on their head top, I'm
You're
having
gonna be under your tower.
so much fun. I'm
You're gonna be
having
under your
so
tower,
much fun.
hitting a guy with sovereignty, and you're gonna be like, "Wow,
Yeah.
this is useless."
Vamana.
A, B. I don't know. That one's hard. That one's all. Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's A.
Rapid fire's hard.
Yeah, it is hard. Vulcan.
S.
Yep. Xbalanque.
Probably S also, but probably A.
Yeah.
Probably
yeah, A. I think A. Xing Chen.
Probably A.
Yeah.
A plus.
A plus. Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yamoja.
S.
S.
Easy.
Ymir.
B.
Yu Huang.
B. B.
Zeus. S.
S. Yeah.
Zhonghui.
A. That one's hard.
That one is
I don't
hard.
know. B.
I think B probably. Yeah, I think B. Okay. We did it. We got through all of them except for Newt again, who was not on the list. But Bear and I don't have a big enough sample size anyways, so get over it.
Not sure how accurate the last half of that list is, but I did my best.
I think it's good. I think it's good. Here it is. Here's the thing that I'm noticing, Barry, immediately, is that I think our tiers are pretty nicely sized.
Oh, good.
D and S have the two least amount of gods, which I think is a good sign. C is pretty close to like S and D, mostly S, but A is the most populated tier, and then B is the second most populated tier. So I think that's an indicator that we probably did at least an okay job.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have Max on next week. Hopefully, I'm gonna send this to him, give him some time to cook it, to cook us. I will also post it on Twitter, so that everyone can cook us there, of course. But there you go, your definitive Backliners podcast assault tier list. If you disagreed, write a comment for each individual disagreement so that our engagement goes way up. Thank you. All right, it's time for the random question of the week, of course, from our community Discord, patreon.com/backliners, place to go if you want to go there. Seafog asks, what is your favorite game mode? Any game, any genre. Just favorite game mode.
I assume that's like currently?
No, I think it's all time.
All time.
That's what I'm thinking of, at least.
Halo 2 Capture the Flag.
Ooh, that's a really good one. I instantly thought of, like, have you ever had more fun than when Griffball first got introduced?
Oh, yeah, that was so fun.
That was just peak gameplay.
I never got into, like, zombies too much, but I played a lot of Griffball.
Yeah, Griffball was so good. Zombies was great. Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 Search and Destroy definitely came to mind.
Yeah.
I could still tell you, like, all of my team's routes that we did, like, what everyone did on every map in Modern Warfare 2 S&D.
I could probably go back and find, like, nade spots on those maps.
Yep. Oh, I could find spawn tubes on those probably still. Like, God, that was so fun. Another thing that immediately came to mind was Mario Superstar Baseball on the GameCube. Just drafts. Those were the best. NFL Street 2, my friends and I would play a game mode where we would have all offensive linemen only. That was a really fun game mode. And then also we would play a variation of NFL Street 2 where we would only draft slow quarterbacks except for whoever played quarterback, and that had to be an offensive lineman. That was a really great way to play that game. Those are the things that come to mind for me for my favorite game modes. Of any game, any genre. That's my answer. Damn, I want to play those games like
right
immediately, just right now. That sounds like so much fun. Okay, that'll do it for this week. Unless you had any more answers, Bear. I didn't mean to cut you off if you did.
Oh, no, I was saying that was a really good question.
Yeah, that was a really good
nice
question.
Dopamine trip.
Yep, nice little nostalgia trip. We'll be back next week with Max. Thanks so much for watching / listening. Again, shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring this week's episode. And we'll be back next week. Until then, Barra, you know what to do.
Bye.
Clean.
Oh, finally a good one.
That was
Holy.
a good. That was your best in a while, if I dare say.
Yeah, that was really good. I was a little nervous because they've been so lackluster lately, but that one
You're
was
just
solid.
a clutch player,
happy.
man. We just had to get you in your Q zone. We just started to talk assault. You felt comfortable, and you delivered.
Talk about Halo 2 CTF a little bit.
Yep. Oh, what an F! What an F!
We're back.
We are so bad.